Hi, you guys. Hi. It's Krista, and I am, trying to get my shit together. Oop, and dropping the phone and doing all the stuff. And I just lost my Facebook Live, so bear with me. Today, I am talking, hold on. Sorry, hi everybody. Today I am talking about marriage. And, wait, my Facebook Live is being a pain in the ass. Okay, better. Pardon me if I'm looking at two different places at the same time. Hi. This is a disaster. I tell you. Today I'm talking about marriage, because 15 years ago, I know it's hard to believe, but on May 27th, 2001, on a very different day than it is today in New York City. Today it's 90 degrees and I'm sweating my ass off. And 15 years ago it was a balmy, drizzly morning, and it turned out to be a pretty spectacular evening. But in New York City that day, I walked down the aisle, and I am pretty sure I was wide-eyed and full of wonder and excitement and probably some tears toward the rest of my life, toward my future. And I can honestly say that without question, it is the best decision I ever made. Hi, thank you for the hearts. Has it always been easy? No, it has not always been easy. But it has always been worth it. And it's hard work. Marriage, or any relationship really, is hard work. It takes work, and it takes commitment, and it takes determination and drive. Have we had our share of stuff? Yes, we have absolutely, without question, had our share of stuff. We have had, the family health scares. We've had our share of some tragedy. We've had, many joyous occasions. We've had, bankruptcy. My company that I was working for went bankrupt our first year of marriage, and I lost, hundreds of thousands of dollars in stock options and retirement funds. Hell, 3 months after we got married, 9/11 happened, and we lived down in the financial district by the World Trade Center, and we survived a terrorist attack, basically. And that was a minute into our marriage, 15 years ago. And so now it's 15 years later, and we have had our ups and our downs and our lefts and our rights. But we've also been able to cross things off our bucket list and add to our bucket list. And we have two beautiful, amazing little boys. And we have a solid foundation and a respect for each other. And I think that that is the most important part of making our marriage work. I was doing a seminar the other night, and one of the moms that was there was asking me what my secret sauce was. What's your secret recipe for having a successful marriage, and how do you guys do it? And, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't really know that there's a secret sauce. I really feel like, every marriage, like every relationship is different, and everyone needs to be nurtured in a different way. But I think that, starting out on a good footing is always hard work. Absolutely. Starting out on a good footing is the number one thing. And I happen to get married in the Catholic Church. And if you're familiar with the way the Catholic Church works, you don't get anything for free, and you're required to go through a class before you make your sacrament. So we had to attend a class, and it's called Pre-Cana. And what happens is you spend a day, like we chose, there's 3 different choices, but we chose to spend a day in a church basement with probably 50 other couples that were engaged at the time. And we had no idea what to expect. So immediately you think it's, it's all, religion stuff, and you don't know what you're going to get out of it. But it actually turned out to be one of the best things we ever did. The class was facilitated not by a religious individual. I mean, the priest came up and said, hey, welcome, thank you for being here. I'm turning it over to the facilitators for the day. You're in their hands for the next 8 hours. Please try to get the most out of this class, this pre-marriage class, before, you walk down the aisle. And so this young couple stands up and they speak to the crowd and they say, hey, you guys, we were exactly like you about a year and a half ago. We were reluctant to join, the pre-Cana class because we didn't know what to expect. And afterwards, after we took the class and participated, we got so much out of it that we decided to come back and want to facilitate it. So they hand you a workbook and you flip through the workbook and you have separate workbooks and you answer these questions and then you share your answers with each other. And sometimes there's a group with other couples to like go through what their like questions and answers and stuff are. And most of the time you're together, just the two of you having the conversation. And so through the course of the day, it was evident that this was not, there was elements of religion in it, but it was mostly preparation for solid relationship building. It was communication, it was intimacy, it was finances, it was family planning. There were so many facets to these workbooks that we really ended up learning stuff about each other. Was it eye-opening for us? Probably not, but it was making us more aware of our situation and our expectations for our future. The interesting thing, however, was observing all of the other couples in the pre-Cana class. There were actually women who were crying. Like one woman was crying and she was like, said to her fiance, I can't believe you never told me that you weren't sure that you want to have kids. Like that could be a deal breaker. They were losing their minds. There was another woman who was, pardon the truck noise outside the window, if the window's open. There was another woman who was saying, I can't believe you didn't tell me about whatever it was, she was upset about. And my husband and I, like Will and I, looked at each other and we were like, wow, we had already been living together for 4 years. So really there wasn't that much that we didn't know about each other. So I think we probably had a little bit of a leg up on some of the people that were in the class with us. But it was really an eye-opener. And I remember leaving the class and we went out to dinner because it was an 8-hour class and we got out at like 6 o'clock at night. So we went to dinner and we're downtown, and my husband, who is not a class taker, this is not his gig at all, said to me, you know what? Every single freaking person that is engaged or in a solid relationship should take this class before they take the next step. Because we were 28 and 29 years old when we got married. Babies, right? And, we already had a few friends who had been through divorce. And I think that, a lot of times the idea of marriage is so exciting, and it's like you're moving on to the next chapter, and you might be moving out of your parents' house, and, the big wedding and the ring and the dress and the party and all of the stuff that goes with the wedding is not a marriage. It is not a marriage. A marriage takes work. That all fades. The ring and all this stuff, that all fades. Half the time you don't even wear your ring when you're married for 15 years and you're like, shit, you're lucky I brushed my teeth and put on a t-shirt. So I don't have time to drop my jewelry on. It takes commitment and it takes hard work. And I think a lot of people go into it knowing that, but not really realizing how hard it truly is. So starting off on a good footing and being proactive, which leads me into my proactive parenting conversation, is very, very important. And so being proactive in your relationship and being proactive in your marriage and being proactive with your parenting and your child raising and being proactive with you, being self-aware of what you need personally is also super, super important to making sure that your relationships are above average, are stellar, are exceptional, are wonderful and clean and clear and concise and cohesive. It's all very, very, very important. And I'm telling you this because I had a really great meeting yesterday with a business coach that I am working with, and she's fantastic and awesome, and I love you so much, Stephanie. but we are together working on my packages, and a lot of this is going to come out in my offerings, and I'm going to have big ones that are, you know, a little bit more time, and we will break down into the nitty gritty, and then I'm going to have some shorter ones that are just as important, but a little bit more intimate in their subject matter. And I am so excited about it. I cannot wait to bring you this information and to share it with you and to dive into it and really talk about the importance of, you know, positive parenting and positive relationship having and positive self-awareness and self-mindset and having a really great relationship with yourself. It's all so interesting and intriguing and beautiful and wonderful, and I hope that you guys all hop on to whyamiyelling.com and subscribe right now. There's a little subscribe section on the homepage, on the one-on-one page, and that will give you access to my newsletter and any offering that I am about to put out in the next week or two. So with that, it is Friday before a holiday weekend, and it hopefully is going to be beautiful weather. So I am going to, on this Pay It Forward Friday, ask for you to pay it forward to love. And I want you to tell the people that you love them, and you appreciate them, and you acknowledge how important your relationship is to you and to them. And love the one you're with, everybody. Love the one you're with. It's so important. And hug your kids, and kiss everybody goodnight, and do all that stuff. So, happy Friday. Happy Memorial Day weekend. And I will probably Periscope at some point over the weekend from the pool, because it's going to be hot and we're going to be floating around in it. And that's it. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful, beautiful day and have a great weekend. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Bye. Mwah. Finish.